You head for the shop around the corner, sack slung over your shoulder. You know the way well, so you hardly even need to look up from the scale you're admiring. You don't know exactly what it is, but you just know the alchemist is going to be absolutely thrilled by your find. Hopefully, thrilled enough to listen to your proposition. Hello? Ah, it's you. Welcome back. I suppose you've brought me ingredients again? Wonderful. Let me take a look. Some elf's quilt moss, redcap mushrooms. Oh, crystal cicada shells. I guess they've started molting then. Oh my goodness. These aren't basilisk scales, are they? No, they're wonderful, but basilisks are absurdly dangerous. Is there one nearby? Oh, you found them in a snitchwing's nest. Good. And they're probably from far, far away. I'd hate to think that you were putting yourself in danger. Now, let's see. I'll offer you 7 silvers and 10 coppers for everything. Does that sound fair? You look surprised. You may have not had to collect the scales from a basilisk itself, but they're still very rare and very useful for alchemy. I'd practically be robbing you if I paid you anywhere close to what I usually do. I take it you're happy with the price, then? Wonderful. Here you are. I'm very excited for these scales. There are all kinds of things I can use them for. Oh, well, mostly for making Mirthril. Though it wouldn't be armor grade, but Mirthril has other uses. You're awfully curious today. Mirthril is easily enchanted, so I can store a lot of magic power in just a little bead. It's tremendously convenient for high-level alchemy. Say, since you're feeling chatty today, would you like to stay for tea? We've never really had the chance to sit down and talk. Wonderful. Come with me. I live in the back of the shop. Please forgive the mess. I promise there's a method to the madness. I know precisely where everything is. See, I put the kettle right... Okay. Wait, I know it's here somewhere. I got it. See, I wasn't too far off. I'll be making my famous lavender herbal tea. I mean, it's not actually famous, but it would be if I had company over more often. Alchemy shares a lot in common with cooking, so alchemists are usually very good cooks, and we make the best tea. Please, take a seat. Let me just start boiling the water. So, how's life? I understand you do some other odd jobs around the village, not just collecting alchemy ingredients. How's that going? Yeah, I can understand that. It's nicer to have stability. Before I got commissioned as an official alchemist, things were kind of dicey for a while. Alchemy can be extremely useful in certain situations, but not as much in a rural area like this. But now, so long as I fulfill certain quotas, I get paid regularly. They'll even up my pay if I hire an assistant, though I doubt anyone here is interested. Oh, you're so curious, huh? Well, I haven't been able to talk to anybody about it, so please, ask away. Well, basically, an official alchemist is someone recognized by the government as a capable alchemist. Every month or so, I get sent a list of potions and items that local officials need. If the ingredients needed are rare, they usually provide them for me, and I just whip them up and send them out. What kind of things do they ask for? Well, most of the time, it's things for medical purposes. Healing potions, silk wire for sutures, antidotes for magical ailments, that sort of thing. It's important work, of course, but not the most exciting to produce. The things I really like to make are rare items, the kind used as reagents for magic spells and things like that. I don't usually get asked to make those, but I do it on my own time. I still get to sell other stuff I make, so I keep those in the back in case some mage passes through. What is alchemy? Where to start? Well, I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. Alchemy doesn't have the most noble origins. It started with a power-hungry king ordering his wizards to find ways to turn other metals into gold. Technically, they'd succeeded, but the necessary ingredients are way more expensive than the gold that they create. But the wizards realized that they found a novel way to use magic, You see, the wizards knew right away that they couldn't transmute matter with their own magic. But they knew a variety of magical creatures, plants, minerals, that had promising properties. They managed to extract those magic properties to do things they couldn't. Alchemy allowed them to transcend human limitations. And I mean, sure, alchemy is a slow process, so it's not suited for every purpose, but it's versatile, powerful, and anyone can learn it. No inborn magical potential needed, although naturally some people are still better at it than others. The whole thing is a very interesting process. Different sorts of magic resides in almost every living thing in various amounts. Every different type of magic has a process for extraction, and some of them interfere with each other, making certain combinations really difficult to get. And even once you've extracted magical essence, there are a bunch of different ways to infuse it into an object, which can change the end result. And there I go. I don't get to talk about alchemy with other people that much, so when I do, I go on and on. It's kind of funny, when I started practicing, I wasn't interested at all, but finally I found that I loved it once I really gave it a chance. Oh, well, it's a little embarrassing. You see, when I was little, me and some of my friends snuck into an alchemist lab and stole a bunch of stuff. We were total brats back then. My dad found out about it, and after I returned the alchemist stuff, she made me help her out on weekends as an assistant. For the first couple months, I was always pouting about, acting like it was so unfair, but I caught myself listening in on her when she was muttering to herself about how to create something new, and peeking at her notes from time to time. She noticed I was getting interested, so I graduated from sweeping floors to helping prepare ingredients. Before I knew it, years had passed, and she told me I was ready to start my own lab. Oh, did you know that you were the first person to buy one of my creations? Yep, I still remember it very well. I'd gotten really excited about being on my own in a new town. I had a whole bunch of items ready to sell, but nobody wants to buy something from an unproven alchemist. I didn't get any customers my first couple of days, but then you showed up. You'd scraped your knee while exploring the forest and bought a healing poultice from me. It meant so much to me, even though I'm sure you didn't give it a second thought, and then, well, I never told you this, but, without thinking, right when you had turned to leave, I rushed over to give you the biggest hug as a thanks. But I realized what I was doing just in time, and then you turned around to see me suddenly standing right behind you. I knew I had to give you some reason why I'd rushed over to you, so I panicked and blurted out that you should get me ingredients the next time you were in the forest. Yep, totally embarrassing. I guess you bought it, though, because the next day you were back with a sack full of herbs. It was the start of a long and prosperous partnership. By the way, you haven't told me why you suddenly gained such an interest in alchemy. Are you trying to become my apprentice or something? Oh, really? Well, I'm honored. I'm kind of surprised, though. You don't seem like the type who'd want to stay cooped up indoors. Ah, so you want to learn about alchemy so you can make stuff on the go as an adventurer. Honestly, that's a fantastic idea. I don't know why more adventurers don't do that. Of course, you'll be a touch limited with what you can do without a whole lab, but you'll be able to make some basic potions, and you could make some decent quality materials to sell for extra cash. You certainly already know plenty about what ingredients to look for. So, hey, how about you stop by on the weekends, just like I did? I'm not the most experienced alchemist out there, but I can sure give you a knowledge of the basics. Wonderful. Well, I'm really looking forward to this. I'll be honest, I've kind of wanted to spend more time with you for a while. Hey, before you go, I'm thinking I still owe you that hug. Thank you so much for everything.